Tomorrow? Okay.
No, I'll get out of here.
No, you're good. We got 2 minutes.
Kathy Miller, 4 o'clock.
Oh, that's right. I almost want to stay, see if she brings you the picture. She
No
almost
kidding.
always does.
She always does.
Always does.
Always.
Love our tastries.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I was in there 2 weeks ago, me and the girl.
Yeah.
And I mean the lady.
Now, which one is this?
They were good, dude.
Which was lady we
They were
talking about?
good, Miss Leslie.
Is this the beauty queen? You got the microphone set up? You got the microphone set up? Right here? Right here? Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant good afternoon to you, wherever you may be, however you may be listening, or however you may be viewing for those subscribing on YouTube. It's the Ralph Bailey Show on a Tuesday, 26th day of August. Chris Burdick producing the broadcast. We got a busy Tuesday show. Redistricting is still in the news. The Republicans are going to the Supreme Court now to try to block Gavin Newsom's attempt to defy our state constitution. We'll unravel that story for you. It is a Tuesday, so our judge will either return or she's hanging around the studio. I'm not sure which. As most of you know, she was a guest on the JR show, but I'm pretty sure she took off. She is still here? Very good, very good. We'll talk with her at the bottom of the hour. And then, as I've been talking about all week, Kathy Miller from Tastries Bakery will join us, along with her attorney, Adele Keim, with the Beckett Fund for Religious Liberty. They are, as we reported exclusively yesterday, taking their case to the United States Supreme Court. This, and I apologize, I gave kind of a Reader's Digest version of the case yesterday, knowing that she was coming on today and we'd get into it in depth, but that was an error on my part. Never assume people know what you're talking about. Never assume that you don't have new listeners, new members of our community. So let me just quickly, again, give you a better Reader's Digest version. It started about 8 years ago when a gay couple came into Tastries Bakery looking for a cake. Kathy Miller cited her religious freedoms and said she would provide them anything else, but did not want to participate in a gay wedding based on her religious freedom. They went and sued with the California Civil Rights Department and won. Kathy appealed that. She won locally here in 2022. That was appealed to the California State Appellate Court, and back in March, they ruled in favor of the gay couple. As I talked about yesterday, it's a ping pong thing that is very similar to the case in Colorado, where the Supreme Court sided with the cake maker. And after all of this rigmarole, they are now, after the California Supreme Court denied reviewing their case, are taking it to the Supreme Court. And it is amazing how her case, Kathy Miller's case, mirrors the case of a man by the name of Jack Phillips, who owns the Masterpiece Cake Shop. He went through the same thing, and he lost, and he lost, and he lost, and he finally took it to the Supreme Court, the United States Supreme Court. He won 7-2, citing that, for example, I know how to do two things on this planet: communicate orally and writing. That's all I know how to do. And that is my First Amendment right. And I have free speech. That is my creative art. Well, for Jack Phillips and Kathy Miller, their creative art to this world is designing cakes. That's their First Amendment. And so it's essentially a fight between religious freedom and, well, it really isn't a fight. I beg your pardon. It's really not a religious freedom case. It's really a First Amendment rights case. And so we'll talk about that with Adele Keim, and Kathy Miller will join us here live in studio at 4 o'clock. And have you seen, we just had Mark DiCamillo on, who is, I always have to read the group that he's with. He used to be with the Gallup poll. He is now with the, please stand by. Don't go anywhere. We got till 6 o'clock. The UC Berkeley Institute of Governmental Studies. And as Mark told us, they did, he couldn't reveal it because it broke today, but when he was our guest last week, he told us as that this poll was going to come out, that they were going to examine the gubernatorial race. Now you have to be asking yourself, Ralph, why are you talking about the gubernatorial race? Katie Porter is in first place. Chris Burdick, can you guess who is in second place and is the only one of two candidates that's in double digits? Chad Bianco, the sheriff of Riverside County. He is polling at 10%. Katie Porter is polling at 17%. We got a shot. We got a shot. And I think it's safety. He's been talking about budgets. And the rest of these folks are a bunch of no-names. And the most name recognition among this list of Democrats that are running for governor is Villaraigosa, Antonio Villaraigosa. And he's got more baggage than Leticia Perez. We'll get to that story a little bit later in the program. But this is amazing stuff. And I could not, the political prophet could not have been more wrong, because I gave him, and check myself for grammar, and Steve Hilton, absolutely no chance. Absolutely no chance. Now it's incredibly early and things are going to be all over the place. But good googly moogly, if we could sneak Bianco in as one of the two finalists, and here's why I think he's got a fighter's chance. Because remember what happened with Garvey, Steve Garvey, former first baseman for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And I don't know where he ended his career, somewhere down south of LA. I can't remember. I think with the Tijuana Brass. I can't remember. Anyway, Schiff gave love to Garvey because he wanted to face a Republican in the general. And if Porter's smart, she'll do the same thing, thinking I've got a better chance of beating a Republican than I do Antonio Villaraigosa or Tony Atkins or Xavier Becerra or Tony Thurman, the African-American superintendent of schools. Who else is in this thing? Elena Koronakis. It's a smart play, Katie. I know somebody in your staff listens to this broadcast. Take my advice and give Chad Bianco some love. And then one-on-one, who knows? Who knows? So we'll get into that just a little bit. And Fernando Jara, man, did you see the video that 17 is using when they refer to Mr. Jara, the husband of Leticia Perez, who is still in custody after threatening his kids and his wife and the police and people walking by his home and the dog and the cat and the hamster and everybody else involved? Have you seen the shot that they use? He's in court. This is for the folks watching on YouTube. He's standing in court in a jumpsuit and his eyes are like bugged out. And for the first time in my life, I actually had empathy for Fernando Jara. He just looks like he's on lithium or something, and that he's just absolutely lost. He looks pitiful. He looks absolutely pitiful. And now his defense is seeking a mental health diversion, which I'm all in favor of. However, there's a caveat. The mental health diversion would dismiss the case, which no, that can't happen. This has got to go on his record. We've got to have a record that can strengthen another offense. You know, what if he gets into this diversion program and is a saint for a year and then gets off his meds again, and we don't have a prior incident to strengthen the conviction when he's arrested again? You see what I'm saying? No, he's got to be on record of having being convicted of a very serious crime, threatening children and his wife, and I'm not even going to get into some of the language that's in the court documents. It's pretty ugly. But I've never felt empathy for the guy. I've said for years and years and years, even prior to Leticia Perez selling her supervisorial seat so that Fernando could get on the ground floor of the marijuana explosion that occurred several years ago. Even before that, in fact, I think it was following the LA Times article is when I said, he's an albatross. He's an absolute anvil hanging around her political career. I think I even said it after she won the supervisorial seat and wanted to run up to Sacramento 10 minutes after taking the oath. I said, that's a silly move. And Leticia Perez is a lot of things, boy. Dishonest, disingenuous, kind of phony, but she's a smart woman. You don't pass the California bar if you're a nitwit. And that seemed like a bad play. And it just seemed like something that would come out of the whispering pie hole of the husband. Baby, you can do this. Go ahead and run. Go ahead and run for state senate or assembly. I forget which one it was. It was a horrible play. She lost miserably, and it raised questions in her community. Do you give a damn about us, or is this just a stepping stone? And then, of course, she sold her office to get him on the ground floor of the whole weed situation. But we'll get into that. In fact, we might even talk about that with our live-in client, Teresa Golden, who's been here since like 9 o'clock this morning. No, I'm kidding. And Venus Williams lost last night. God, it was so depressing. She won the second set, and I was like, okay, 1-1. Go to the third set. Come on, you 45-year-old. Come on, girlie. Serena's in the stands. Your nieces are there. Come on, girlie. And she got destroyed. Destroyed. Wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. One of the Sanders boys got cut. Shiloh. Talk about leaving the country, huh? I never saw him play. Do you think the punch was the final straw, or was he was going to get cut anyway?
I think that didn't help his case, especially getting a job afterwards. But
where has he gotten a job?
no, I'm saying like,
Oh, for future, but what he's put on tape. Well, I heard rumors that he's talking about leaving the country. Toronto Argonauts are interested, is what I heard.
They also have bought his brother's name rights as well.
That's what I heard, that they might go together. Well, that doesn't look likely because he's already risen up the chart because Kenny Pickett is a Raider. What? Like, I thought we brought on Tom Brady. Tom, you okay bringing Kenny Pickett into our facility? Kenny Pickett? Thank you, Jesus. But Kenny Pickett? Why do we go after Shiloh? I mean, Shador. I'd rather Shador than Kenny Pickett. All right. And the Dodgers got a big win last night. They look like the Dodgers, hitting home runs all over the place. Andy Paez hit a couple of home runs. And I know you're going to think I'm making this up. You're going to think I'm lying. Michael Conforto got 2 doubles and made a hell of a play in left field. Not making that up. True story. I watched the whole game. Quick timeout. We're just getting started. It's the Ralph Bailey Show on a Tuesday. right here on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. We're streaming live at kernradio.com. Why no chat room? Why no chat room?
Good question.
Are we not on?
No, we're on. I double checked. I'm not sure where the chat room's at. That's all.
Look at that. I'm walking. Yes, indeed, I'm talking. That's you and me. I'm walking. I'm walking. Yes, indeed, I'm talking. That's you and me. I'm walking. Come back to me. And cares about you with minimal wait times and prompt referral authorizations. It's time you learn about QualCare IPA. QualCare IPA contracts with most Medicare Advantage health plans and provides you with access to a large network of outstanding doctors and quality hospitals right here in Kern County. Medicare Advantage health plans go beyond original Medicare benefits coverage, and understanding these coverage differences may be confusing. Call us today at 661-554-4544. Let us help you understand your healthcare options for 2025. Call today, 661-554-4544. That's 661-554-4544. Get the information you need and the coverage you deserve. For accommodations of persons with special needs at meetings, call 661-554-4544, TTY 711.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call